in the raw. Thieves. People who did not want to get an education, who did not want to do the right things to make enough money to survive, and people who do not understand that if money and wealth is for you, with sacrifice and patience, you will get it. With vision and the power of the human imagination and the power of positive thoughts and hearts, you will attract the wealth to you. Or with whatever is your skill or non-skill, there is enough in the universe for you to have the life you are destined for. If you are doing a thing, let us say in this case, grass cutting, you could grow some chickens home, yard fowl and white chicken and some ducks, and your wife could help you to manage it. And you could make some money, and with the feces of the chicken and the ducks, you could collect them and you can use them to grow a beautiful garden. Wealth is not made for everyone, because even everyone who are not blessed by the DNA and the Creator, the Lord of the worlds, and His nature, for you to have this wealth, you become a crazy man or a person. Or you want power, but power is not in your DNA or your blessing and sanctioned by the Creator, you become a terrible power broker or a terrible president or what's not. Now, let me look at this. Catch Your News, Monday, October 24th. Diwali Day, you know. Look at this. It's published in here. Now they're finished for life. Workers cart off 10 million from businessman's home. 7 million in cash recovered, 5 persons arrested. And this is which page? Page 10. So let's go to page 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's the article. And so, ladies and gentlemen, in the raw, RK is Guyana Free Media, and I'm your friend and your host, Hajji, Dr. Roshan Khan. Of course, I already sent out enough reading material for today, holiday. I think I sent one out yesterday. And so I will leave this for my staff in the office to edit and put it out, and maybe hopefully get the photographs of the guys and the mother who was arrested. The mother should have asked. And so, friends and families, wealth and power is not made for everyone, but everybody wants it. Now, God cannot make everybody rich. You got to make yourself rich. But there's enough in the universe for everyone to survive and live and be at peace and joy. Now, whenever there is a crime, whenever there's a robbery in your home, whenever there's a breakage in a store and a robbery in a store, or a cash transport armed robbery, or the money didn't get to the bank, somebody in the company is involved with bandits. If your family's getting married and they got money and gifts and they're leaving to go overseas, somebody in your home working with you has betrayed you, or a relative. If your family's coming in with money in the country to do repairs and so on, and you people overseas, you all like to talk and show off what you're coming to do, they come in with so much money, and they know when you go to the bank and everything, and they rob you, sometimes they kill you. Sometimes you get a sweet woman, you old men, you want nice, young, fresh things, or not so fresh, but for you, might be fresh. And then they set you up and kill you, including the woman kill you. Like what happened to a man named Majid in 64 village, and in the quarantine, and they found a leg and a head, different parts of the body in different areas. It's always somebody close to you. It happened to us too in our company. Our people set us up. And they don't think what it will do to them and their families. So workers cart off 10 million from businessman's house. Well, listen carefully, I'm going to give you the reading. One day after businessman gave his 2 workers a contract to weed his yard, they allegedly broke into his home and carted off 10 million in cash and another 3.4 million worth of gold jewelry. Now, it sounds like a lot of money, but $10 million is really not a lot of money. Sometimes that's debt owed. Sometimes you're holding money for people and you'll get a percentage. Sometimes you borrow and you do your business and you have to pay back and you have to turn over. Sometimes 15% of that money belongs to the man. Sometimes he has to buy back stock and the money disappears. So when you people are looking and thinking, they had broken into the man's home at Coglan Dam, West Bank, Demerara, between 0800 and 0900 hours on Thursday, lost. It appears as if the workers waited until the businessman's wife left the house to make their move. The woman told investigators that she had secured her house and left around 0800 hours to take her son to the doctor's office at Vreden Hope. She returned around 0900 hours and found the top half of her back door wrenched off. Police reported that the woman made further checks and discovered that her bedroom was ransacked and the cash and jewels missing from her bag in her wardrobe. The matter was reported to police, and the detectives, with the help of technology and vital information, were able to track down the 2 suspects. The businessman workers tracked down the 2 main suspects, the businessman's workers. They were identified as a barber and farmer of Caldigen, East Coast, Demerara. Detectives interrogated them and they allegedly admitted to the crime. The men took police to their homes at Caldigen, where the jewelry and 7 million of the stolen cash were recovered. According to police, the barber had buried the jewelry and some 2.6 million in his yard. Another 1.2 million was given to his mother. So the mother usually are known in cases of criminality to stay quiet for their sons. Where did you get this money suddenly from, Chief? You never got this money from. Tell me the truth. So she is now facing the music. She was contacted and had no choice but to hand over the cash to police and turn herself in for questioning. The farmer told police that he buried part of his cut in his farm, but when detectives dug up the marked areas, they found nothing. Nevertheless, police were able to recover some $3.1 million from him. Both men were arrested by police as well. Kaieteur News learned that the suspect and the businessman became acquainted with each other some 2 months ago. See, they became acquainted. They would frequent his home to do odd jobs around the house. He had given them a contract to weed his yard one day before they break and enter. They had visited to survey his yard in order to get an idea of the scope of work needed to be done. But they surveyed the yard for thieving. Now, how on earth can we have faith and trust people? Mr. Lelal is saying the 30 boats the G-boat uses, with experience and skill, let me hire local people with boat. Local people with boat, and we don't have enough mechanics, because those people with the boats, they have a set of mechanics in this country here who are more skilled and enough jobs and enough parts on hand, and they can fix anything, and they come from a particular country. So, Mr. Glenlal, when you have that, The driver's going to thief food and stocks and parts. The mechanics are going to thief. Guyanese have a very serious problem with thievery. So Glenlal, stop thinking mediocre. I like you for many things, but you think too mediocre and you think you're so smart when you go, well, you know, the 30 boats, we could own the boats and we could have the parts and the engine and we could fix it. You are not speaking wisely, Glenlal. It was your worker that set you up with your robbery. So think for what it is worth with your grey matter a little bit, Glenn. All the best. You're not my enemy, Glenn. You raise some good points, but you don't go far enough with the wisdom. You speak more emotion without too much of brilliance in it. Your friend, your brother, me, Hajji, Dr. Roshan, in raw. Say thank you, dearest, beloved friends, and may God Almighty bless you all and keep our country prosperous and successful.